Hello, my dear friends, and welcome. It's so good to have you with us today as we delve into a topic that touches upon something we all do every day, eating, and how certain seemingly healthy choices, when made at the wrong time, might not be so beneficial, especially for us seniors. We often hear about the wonderful health benefits of fruits, and bananas are frequently touted as a fantastic source of potassium, fiber, and quick energy. They are convenient, easy to eat, and generally well-liked. But have you ever paused to consider if there's an optimal time to enjoy this popular fruit, particularly as we navigate our golden years? Imagine Mr. Lee, a thoughtful gentleman in his early 70s. He'd always been conscious of his health and made sure to include plenty of fruits in his diet. One evening, feeling a bit peckish after dinner, he decided to have a banana, thinking it was a light and healthy snack before bed. However, later that night, Mr. Lee found himself feeling uncomfortably bloated, his stomach a bit unsettled, and he had a restless night, struggling to get comfortable and fall into a deep sleep. He didn't immediately connect it to the banana, but after a few similar experiences, he started to wonder, could this seemingly innocent fruit be the culprit behind his evening discomfort and disturbed sleep? Mr. Lee's experience, though perhaps sounding minor, touches upon a question that many health-conscious seniors and their families might have. Are there certain foods, even healthy ones like bananas, that we should be more mindful about consuming in the evening? Today we're going to explore this very question, specifically focusing on why some health experts and traditional wisdom suggest that seniors should perhaps avoid eating bananas after 6 p.m. We'll uncover the potential reasons behind this advice, looking at how bananas can impact digestion and sleep in older adults, and discuss how individual health conditions might play a role. This isn't about creating a new food fear, but about fostering a deeper understanding of how our bodies work, especially as we age, so we can make the best choices for our well-being. So let's peel back the layers on this banana taboo and see what lies beneath. Now let's get to the heart of the matter and explore the primary reasons why eating bananas in the evening, particularly after 6 p.m., might pose a digestion crisis for some seniors. Bananas are indeed a powerhouse of nutrients, but some of their very properties, which are beneficial at other times of the day, can become problematic for an older digestive system that's winding down for the night. The main concern here revolves around the high dietary fiber content in bananas. Fiber is, of course, essential for good health. It aids in digestion, promotes regular bowel movements, helps control blood sugar, and can lower cholesterol. A medium-sized banana contains about 3 grams of fiber. While this is generally a good thing, the timing matters, especially for seniors whose digestive systems may naturally slow down as they age. Our digestive processes, like many other bodily functions, follow a circadian rhythm, typically being more active during the day and less efficient at night, as the body prepares for rest and repair. When an older adult consumes a fiber-rich food like a banana in the late evening, their already slowing digestive system might struggle to process it effectively. This can lead to several uncomfortable consequences. The fiber, particularly the soluble fiber in bananas, absorbs water and adds bulk to the stool. If digestion is sluggish, this bulk can sit in the stomach or intestines for longer, leading to feelings of fullness, bloating, and general discomfort. Gas production can also increase as bacteria in the colon ferment the undigested fiber, contributing to abdominal distension and sometimes even pain. Furthermore, bananas contain fructans, a type of carbohydrate that some people, especially those with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or other digestive sensitivities, find difficult to digest. For seniors who may have developed increased sensitivity over time, consuming fructan-rich foods like bananas in the evening, when digestive capacity is lower, could trigger symptoms like bloating, gas, and abdominal cramps. Consider Mrs. Davis, a sprightly 75-year-old who enjoyed an active social life. She started noticing that on nights when she had a banana as a late-night snack, she would often wake up in the early hours feeling very bloated and sometimes even a bit nauseous. Her sleep would be disturbed, and she'd feel sluggish the next morning. She mentioned this to her doctor during a routine checkup. Her doctor explained that while bananas are healthy, her digestive system, like that of many people her age, probably wasn't as robust in the evenings as it was earlier in the day. He suggested she try having her banana earlier, perhaps as a mid-afternoon snack, and opt for something lighter and easier to digest if she needed an evening snack. Mrs. Davis made the switch, and to her relief, her nighttime digestive discomfort significantly improved. This simple story illustrates how the very fiber that makes bananas so beneficial for regularity can become a source of distress if consumed when the digestive system is least prepared to handle it. Beyond the potential for digestive upset, another significant concern surrounding eating bananas in the evening, especially for seniors, is the potential for sleep interference. This might seem counterintuitive, as bananas contain compounds like tryptophan and magnesium, which are often associated with promoting relaxation and sleep. However, the way these and other components in bananas are processed by the body, particularly when consumed late at night, can sometimes have the opposite effect. Let's first look at the sugar content in bananas. Bananas are relatively high in natural sugars, mainly fructose, glucose, and sucrose. While these natural sugars provide a good source of energy during the day, consuming a significant amount of sugar too close to bedtime can lead to fluctuations in blood sugar levels. For some individuals, especially seniors whose glucose metabolism might be less efficient, this can cause an initial spike in blood sugar, potentially followed by a dip. These fluctuations can be disruptive to sleep. A rise in blood sugar can make it harder to fall asleep, and a subsequent drop might cause awakenings during the night, perhaps with feelings of restlessness or even mild anxiety. Stable blood sugar levels are generally more conducive to sustained, peaceful sleep. Now, what about tryptophan? Tryptophan is an amino acid that the body uses to produce serotonin, a neurotransmitter that plays a role in mood regulation and can be converted into melatonin, the primary sleep hormone. This is why foods rich in tryptophan are sometimes recommended to aid sleep. Bananas do contain tryptophan. However, for tryptophan to effectively cross the blood-brain barrier and be converted into serotonin and then melatonin, it often needs to be consumed in a certain ratio with carbohydrates, and the overall process takes time. The issue with consuming bananas late at night for this purpose is twofold. Firstly, the amount of tryptophan in a single banana is relatively modest. Secondly, and more importantly, if you're also consuming a significant amount of sugar from the banana itself, the potential for blood sugar disruption might outweigh the subtle sleep-promoting effects of the tryptophan. Moreover, if melatonin production is stimulated too late in the evening, or too close to your natural sleep onset, or if the amount produced is more than your body is accustomed to at that time due to a late influx of precursors, it could theoretically disrupt your natural sleep-wake cycle or circadian rhythm. While the body is adept at regulating these processes, consistently introducing these compounds at a time when your system is preparing for rest might not always be beneficial, especially if your internal clock is already a bit more sensitive, as can be the case in later life. It's a delicate balance, and for some seniors, the combination of sugar and the timing of tryptophan conversion might contribute more to restless sleep than restful slumber if bananas are eaten too close to bedtime. It's critically important to remember that we are all individuals, and how our bodies react to certain foods can vary greatly, especially when underlying health conditions are present. For seniors managing specific medical issues, the advice to avoid bananas in the evening might carry even more weight due to the potential for more serious consequences. Let's consider individuals with diabetes. As we've discussed, bananas contain natural sugars that can affect blood glucose levels. For seniors with diabetes, particularly if it's not well controlled, eating a banana late at night, when physical activity is low and the body's insulin sensitivity might be different, could lead to an undesirable spike in blood sugar overnight or high fasting blood glucose levels in the morning. This can complicate diabetes management and contribute to long-term complications. Careful monitoring and consultation with a doctor or a registered dietitian about fruit consumption, especially in the evening, is crucial for diabetics. Then there are individuals with kidney disease or conditions that can lead to hyperkalemia, high potassium levels in the blood. Bananas are famously rich in potassium, which is an essential mineral for heart function, nerve function, and muscle contraction. For most healthy people, this is a benefit. However, for those with impaired kidney function, the kidneys may not be able to excrete excess potassium efficiently. Consuming potassium-rich foods like bananas, especially in larger quantities or frequently, could lead to dangerously high potassium levels, which can cause muscle weakness, fatigue, and in severe cases, life-threatening heart rhythm problems. While one banana is unlikely to cause a major issue for most, those with known kidney problems or a tendency towards hyperkalemia should be very cautious about their potassium intake, including from bananas, and the timing might be less relevant than the overall daily load. But avoiding them in the evening when medical help might be less immediately accessible if symptoms arise is a prudent consideration. Seniors with chronic inflammatory bowel conditions like chronic colitis or Crohn's disease, or those with a history of stomach ulcers, might also find that bananas, particularly if not fully ripe, as less ripe bananas contain more resistant starch, which can be harder to digest and more fermentable, can aggravate their symptoms if eaten in the evening. The fiber content and the potential for gas and bloating could exacerbate existing inflammation or discomfort in a sensitive gut. While ripe bananas are often considered soothing for some digestive issues, for others, especially with active inflammation or ulcers, any food that puts an extra load on the digestive system in the evening might be best avoided. It's clear that individual health status plays a massive role. A food that is perfectly healthy for one person might be problematic for another, especially when considering the timing of consumption and the body's state in the evening. This underscores the importance of personalized dietary advice and being attuned to your own body's signals, particularly if you are managing any chronic health conditions. Always discuss dietary concerns with your healthcare provider. So if bananas might be best avoided in the evening for some seniors, what are some good, healthy and gentle fruit choices if you're looking for a light snack before bed or something to satisfy a sweet craving after dinner? The key is often to opt for fruits that are lower in sugar, easier to digest, and less likely to cause blood sugar spikes or digestive discomfort. Apples are often a good choice. They contain soluble fiber, pectin, which can be gentle on the digestive system, and they have a lower glycemic index than bananas, meaning they release sugar into the bloodstream more slowly. A small apple, perhaps with the skin for extra fiber if tolerated, can be a satisfying and healthy evening snack. Make sure to chew it well. Pears are another excellent option. They are also a good source of fiber and have a relatively low glycemic index. They are often considered to be quite gentle on the stomach. A ripe, soft pear can be very soothing. Berries, such as blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries, are nutritional powerhouses. They are packed with antioxidants, are relatively low in sugar, and high in fiber. A small handful of fresh berries can be a light and refreshing evening treat. They are also generally easy to digest for most people. Kiwi fruit is another good contender. It's rich in vitamin C and fiber, and some studies have even suggested that kiwi fruit might help improve sleep quality due to its antioxidant content and serotonin-related compounds. It's also relatively low in calories and sugar. A few slices of melon, like cantaloupe or honeydew, can also be a good choice, as they are high in water content, refreshing, and generally easy on the stomach, though they do contain natural sugars, so moderation is still key. When considering any fruit, or indeed any food, in the evening, here are a few general guidelines for seniors. Portion control. Keep portions small. Even healthy foods can cause discomfort if eaten in large quantities too close to bedtime. Timing. Try to have your last snack at least an hour or two before you go to bed to give your digestive system some time to work. Listen to your body. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel. If a particular fruit, even one considered safe, causes you discomfort, it's best to avoid it in the evening. Focus on easily digestible options. Choose foods that are generally known to be gentle on the stomach. Overall diet. Remember that evening snacks are just one part of your overall diet. A balanced, healthy diet throughout the day is the most important factor for good health. And as always, if you have specific dietary concerns or health conditions, it's best to consult with your doctor or a registered dietitian for personalized advice. They can help you create an eating plan that meets your individual needs and supports your overall well-being. So, my dear friends, as we bring our discussion about bananas and evening eating to a close, let's recap the main points we've covered. We started by acknowledging the common wisdom and anecdotal experiences, suggesting that for some seniors, Eating bananas after 6 p.m. might not be the best choice, potentially leading to digestive discomfort and sleep disturbances, as illustrated by Mr. Lee's story. We delved into the why behind this advice, focusing on two main areas. Firstly, the digestion crisis. Bananas are rich in dietary fiber, which, while beneficial, can be harder for an older, slower digestive system to process efficiently in the evening. This can lead to bloating, gas, and general discomfort. Secondly, the sleep interference. The natural sugars in bananas can cause blood sugar fluctuations if consumed late, and while bananas contain tryptophan, its conversion to sleep-promoting melatonin might be less effective or even disruptive to natural sleep rhythms if timed incorrectly in the evening. We also emphasized the crucial role of individual differences and pre-existing health conditions. For seniors managing diabetes, kidney disease, with concerns about high potassium, chronic bowel conditions, or stomach ulcers, the decision to eat bananas, especially in the evening, requires even more careful consideration and often consultation with a healthcare provider. A food that is a healthy choice for many can pose specific risks for others. But our conversation wasn't just about what to avoid, it was also about what to embrace. We explored a wonderful array of healthier fruit options for evening snacking, like apples, pears, and berries, that are generally lower in sugar, easier to digest, and still packed with nutrients. And we touched upon general guidelines for nighttime eating for seniors, stressing moderation, appropriate timing, and always listening to your own body's unique signals. The overarching message today, dear friends, is one of mindful eating and personalized nutrition. As we age, our bodies change, and our dietary needs and tolerances can change too. What worked for us in our younger years might need some gentle adjustments in our golden years. Understanding how different foods affect our digestion, our sleep, and our overall health is a vital part of self-care. I encourage you to reflect on your own eating habits, particularly in the evenings. Are there certain foods that consistently seem to cause you discomfort or disrupt your sleep? Perhaps like Mr. Lee, you might find that a simple change, like shifting when you eat a particular fruit or choosing a lighter alternative, can make a significant difference to your comfort and well-being. This isn't about restrictive dieting or food fear. It's about developing a compassionate awareness of your body's needs and making choices that support your vitality. Please share this information with your loved ones, especially if you have elderly family members. Open a gentle conversation about their eating habits and how they feel. Sometimes, small, informed changes can lead to big improvements in health and quality of life. Let us all strive to nourish our bodies wisely, respecting their rhythms and needs so we can enjoy every day with energy, comfort, and joy. Thank you so much for joining me in this thoughtful discussion. Eat well, sleep well, and be well.